everybody, today is February 7th, 2023, and we're here at Disney Springs at Walt Disney World, and I'm gonna take you to dine at Morimoto Asia. I have wanted to do an updated, full, proper dining video at this restaurant for quite a while because it's one of my favorites here. I feel like it's kind of underrated, but I haven't dined here for, like, inside the restaurant for like a year. So I wanna see if it still lives up, what's the experience like. I'm gonna bring you along for the whole thing. So I hope you're hungry. Let's go. I love days like this at Disney Springs where the sky is blue, the sun is shining, the springs are sparkling. Morimoto Asia is in the landing portion of Disney Springs, and it's in the Springs Bottling Company building. Morimoto Asia opened here in Disney Springs in 2016 as the creation of Chef
Masahiro Morimoto.
And he is known for being on Iron Chef and Iron Chef America. He's a master chef. He wanted to make this restaurant unique and make it a fusion restaurant of Chinese, Japanese, Korean, and different Asian influences. If you see on the metal sides of the building, these characters, they light up at night and they're really pretty. The restaurant has a 2-story glass interior that I'll show you as we go inside. But it's inside the bottling company building and the theming does extend into there. So let's go on and check in for a reservation. Hello. I got a pretty great table on the first floor. There's also a second floor and I'll show you up there. But I want to show you these chandeliers. They're made to look like jellyfish and they have like birdcage looking things inside. They're really cool. They also have paper menus. I kind of already know what I want. They have sushi, appetizers, entrees, and then the drink menu. I'm here for lunch, by the way. So that's the menu we've got. So before coming out here today, I read up on a few interviews with Chef Morimoto, as I do, just to kind of get the feel of what he thinks the best dishes are and his inspirations and all of that. And he recommended the Morimoto Boribap. So I'm definitely getting that, but I think we'll get more than that too because we're here for the full experience. Since I'm a huge sushi lover, I decided to start out with a sushi roll. They don't have a large selection of rolls and they're pretty simple. I think they're made to like appeal to a general palate, but I got shrimp tempura, which is pretty much always a winner. I know we're gonna get the Morimoto Boribap, but you know, I had to get something else first. And then I went for a Sapporo Japanese lager because it's delicious. You can't go wrong with Sapporo. It is so, so delicious. They have their own house-made soy sauce here made with dashi. So they just poured me some for the sushi. I'm very excited for that. So because this building is in the bottling plant, they have the theme, it's subtle, but it's really pretty. And the glass reflects all the light. So they have the bottling going on up here and it goes all the way through the second floor. Also something really cool. This bar that starts here on the first floor curves around and goes all the way up to the second floor. It's really cool and I'll show you more of that when we take a walk up there. Very unique feature. You can see it go like all the way around here. So even from my seat, I can see it. It's got a really modern, chic vibe. The music is also cool, modern, and hip. However, something even more hip has arrived, my shrimp tempura roll. It looks really nice and fresh. Another cool thing, these coasters, that's Chef Morimoto's name on there. It's not a QR code. And here is round one of lunch. It looks very nice, covered in sesame seeds. Really fresh and simple looking. Let's take a little dip. Really fresh, tasty, and simple. It's not covered and slathered in sauce. It's just what it is. So the ingredients speak for themselves. The sticky rice is very good too, very sticky. Sapporo is one of my favorite beers because it has a really delicious wheat flavor, but it's not overpowering. It's extremely not bitter, not hoppy. Look at the beautiful sparkle in there. The champagne of beers except for real. And very refreshing to go with like umami flavors. I personally also love ginger and wasabi. Let me know if you do too. I also love the end pieces with a big piece of shrimp in them. They're my favorite.
This is Chef Morimoto's signature dish. The pot is about 400, 500 degrees Fahrenheit, so be careful while you're moving it.
Okay.
On top we have the hamachi berry, is the youngest yellowtail fish, nori seaweed, California organic cage-free egg yolk. Finishing off on the side, we have the yuzu kocho.
Wow.
So the yuzu kocho is a citrus paste. We'll be starting to put it on top of the fish, give it a little flavor, some texture.
Wow.
I like to give the size as well.
Oh, good, good, good. It's professional.
Underneath,
so good.
Underneath is going to be white steamed rice, and there's going to be a beautiful flour with 4 veggies.
Oh, wow. What's cooking in there right now? Wow. It really smells so good.
Alright. 4 veggies are pickled carrots, pickled ginger, pickled sesame, and zenmai. Zenmai is a Japanese royal fern. Bibimbap sauce is soy, sesame, and ginger.
While my wonderful server expertly prepared the dish by using 2 spoons to mix the yolk and the ingredients throughout the bowl, cooking the egg through while the yellowtail cooked on one side against the bowl, he talked about this being Chef Morimoto's signature dish and how he used it to win Iron Chef. It's a take on a popular Korean dish, the bibimbap, but Chef Morimoto made it his own. Chef Morimoto is also big on presentation, so after a little deconstruction, the bowl is put back together again, and the care that goes into it while you hear it sizzling and cooking right in front of you is a lovely experience.
As you can see, it's going to be cooked on one side. Underneath we have sashimi.
Okay.
You can always put it back on the pot, just be careful by doing so.
Okay. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Wonderful.
Enjoy.
Thank you. So this is a really fun dish because not only does it smell really good, and I'm gonna taste it soon, but it's a whole fun presentation, and you get a little bit of the history of Chef Morimoto winning Iron Chef with this dish and the little bit of the challenge that he had there. And the server has to work so fast with the high heat, make sure the fish isn't overcooked. Like, it's a whole thing, and it's really, really fun. See that? It's still cooking in there. That is high heat, this pot. You can move this dish with the wooden tray underneath. You don't want to touch this yet. I can feel the heat emanating from it. It feels nice, actually. So like I mentioned to the server, I've had, and I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing it right, but like the bibimbap or bowls like that where they're served at your table in a very heated pot like this, and they mix in the egg and all of that in front of you. But the difference with this is that it's the fish, and it's a different presentation and different ingredients and different sauce. So it smells so good, so like hearty and rich, and just I'm so excited to dig in. Right now, we're eating it straight out of the pot. That is part of the experience. And you can scoop some onto a plate, like if you're sharing this or for whatever reason. But yeah. Oh my gosh. You can taste the daikon in there, and it gives it this like fresh taste that cuts through the sort of savory and like umami flavors. It's a really nice, fresh mix of flavors, and it tastes even better than it smells. So the fish is cooked perfectly. It tastes so good. It tastes so light. Yellowtail is already, I like yellowtail a lot. It's a really nice light fish. It doesn't have that like fishy taste at all, even though half of it is like cooked and half of it is like sashimi type of thing. But it just tastes really, really light and fresh. Like it just came out of the ocean. It's a dish that like you would remember this and crave this later. You'd be like, I want that Morimoto Boribap bowl again. And where can you get it? Here. It's the chef's namesake dish. Like if there's a namesake dish, you have to try it at least once. And it's a hearty rice dish. So if you like fried rice, you're probably gonna love this, because this is like that, but like 1,000 times better and fresher and nicer, with better texture, better flavors, better everything, and hot. And I feel like this would like serve a lot of palates. Like even people who would think they maybe wouldn't want to try it, I would recommend trying it because it's just that good. Now another cool thing is the rice that's on the bottom keeps getting cooked as you're like eating. So it gets a little bit crunchy at the bottom, and that's like my favorite part because it's so good. That's nice fish. I don't even want it to touch the bowl because I don't want it to cook more. Lovely presentation, and the team who works here takes a lot of pride in what they do, which I really respect. When you eat somewhere where you can feel the people who work there like care about it being good and keeping like a nice atmosphere, you can feel that in the air. There's a very big difference when you go somewhere and you can just tell the people aren't happy to be there, and you just feel bad for being there, and it's just not a great experience. But here I feel like there is care and pride, and that comes across, and it makes for a really nice experience, and it makes you as a guest take pride too and want to like show your appreciation. So I think it's like a cycle that's really nice. This is so good that I'm just sitting here in silence, like smiling, eating, like I do think this is shareable. I mean, there's 2 spoons, so like clearly you could do like an appetizer and share this and it'd be enough. The fish is truly so light that it's not even the dominant flavor in the dish. It just adds a really light, nice protein, but it is delicious. Definitely the rice and the sauce and the vegetables and the egg are the dominant flavors in here, and they go perfectly well together. Going along with the glass, open, reflected theme, they have an open kitchen where you can watch them work. It's neat to see all the movement, and it also, I don't know, it gives me confidence somehow when there's an open kitchen. I like it. There's a lot of sparkly light in here, which I really like. So I'm just gonna take a quick look upstairs to show you more of the bar. It's over 270 feet long, and it's one of the longest bars in the world. And the second floor is really pretty. So this is where the bar continues and connects to downstairs, and then the bottling continues up here too. So it's all these beautiful curvy lines and flowers. See, that's where it connects to downstairs. And glittering lights. It's really, really pretty. They also have VIP lounges, private lounges, different specialty dining experiences you can partake in. Morimoto Asia has also received a Design Build Award of Merit from the American Institute of Architects, Orlando. And I like these pretty stone steps with sort of a gemstone look here. It looks like rubies. I have been defeated. I thought I could eat that entire bowl on my own, but I couldn't. It's a lot, it's really filling, so I definitely do think it's shareable. But I also have to save room because I've got to try at least a dessert. They have a really small, simple dessert menu, but they all sounded really interesting, and then I have to try at least something, some kind of specialty drink here, so that'll be coming up next. I'm going to try the sake flight. All right, so tell me what we've got here, please.
All right, so over here we have the jumai, pure sake. We have the ginger, it's mixed with alcohol. Daiginjo, daigi means highest quality.
Okay.
And over here we have niguri. Niguri, it's milky, creamy, cloudy, and it goes good with dessert.
Okay.
So I'll just suggest this. Take a smell of each glass, take a sip, then go backwards.
And go backwards. Okay. Thank you.
Enjoy.
And to go along with the Morimoto Asia sake flight, I got churro donuts. I thought this would be a really fun thing since it's sort of Mardi Gras season, and these are cinnamony, and you know, we're still in Disney Springs in a theme park restaurant, so churros would be fun, but elevated to look like beautiful donuts with a sweet sauce with sesame seeds. So my server recommended I sniff and taste each and then go backwards, so here we go. So this is the purest. It's actually really good. It doesn't taste like very, very strong alcohol. It smells really sweet, but not like a sugary sweet drink, but like a very sweet, nice, light alcohol flavor. Next. It smells really cinnamony, and it smells like strong alcohol. I like the first one better. This next one is the one that was the highest quality one. Oh, that smells strong. It smells really strong. It doesn't taste as strong as it smells. I'm not a sake connoisseur, so they're all kind of similar, but I think the first one was the nicest and cleanest tasting so far. And now here's the milky one. And he said this one goes good with dessert, so I might take a bite of the donut after this one. It smells like the others, but a little milky. It's not bad. Interesting. How do I describe this flavor? I don't want to say lemony or citrusy. It is sweet though. It is sweet. It doesn't taste super milky, but a little milky. But it's got something in there that reminds me of a citrusy type of flavor, but I don't know what. It's good though. I could sip on this. I could see how it goes well with the desserts. Let's have a donut. Ooh, yeah. Oh yeah, I was supposed to go back across the other way. So yeah, it is kind of hard to tell the difference as you move through it. I could really tell the difference between the first two, but as I move through, it's harder and harder to tell the difference. There is a very clean, nice taste to this one, but that's why my server said to go backwards, which I almost forgot to do as I was getting to that. I wonder why. So now I'm gonna go back through. Yeah, it's got this like clean, fresh taste to it. All right. This one smells stronger now after that one. I don't know if I like that one. And if that's the highest quality one, maybe I'm sure. You know. Yeah, but that one's better than that one. The highest quality one's better than the alcohol one, I think. I'm back to pure and it tastes stronger now. Isn't that interesting? It does make a difference, like sniff and go through and then go back through. But let me have a donut now. It's a not sweet sauce and I think it's a contrast of flavor. I appreciate where it's going, but I think I actually like this better without the sauce. It just tastes like a fresh, warm churro wrapped in a circle. Like, it's good. I think personally for me, the Snow Maiden Nijori is my favorite. It's got a very clean, fresh, nice scent. I like the milkiness. I'm not a big like pure alcohol drinker. I like sort of mixed drinks and things like that, so that's probably why. But if you are a sake connoisseur, let me know what you like best and kompai. All right, I'm all done, and you can use your Walt Disney World annual pass holder discount here, so that's always good. Now let's walk around a little bit more and I'll show you around some more. There's a bar area here with high tops. You can also sit at the bar just to order drinks, appetizers, whatever, if you want to just have some drinks. I love the way the light shines through and the bottles look so pretty. And they have their own Morimoto branded drinks. Going back up to the second floor. We have restrooms. The second floor has a sushi bar and sushi chef. And there's the dining room. I sat kind of like right there. That is beautiful. Everything's so fresh.
This restaurant was built on the former site of Mannequin's Dance Palace that was part of Pleasure Island. All of that was re-themed, and downtown Disney eventually turned into Disney Springs, and now it's got a new cohesive theming.
There's also a quick service restaurant here called Morimoto Street Food. I've shown this in several of my Disney Springs videos in the past because I really like it. It's quick, it's easy, and it's delicious, and I'll give you a quick look at that. So you can just pop in, order at the counter, and sit in this outdoor area. When it's too chilly, they turn on the heaters. There's a nice breeze that blows through. It talks about the history of street food and popular culture. And you can get ramen, dim sum, bites, drinks. They have a lot of yummy things. And I don't know, I just always find it really good and fun. So I'd say Morimoto Asia still lives up as one of my favorite restaurants here in Disney Springs. It's a nice sit-down dining experience. You can just sit at the bar, or you can just sit outside and have the street food menu, which is slightly different. But for inside dining, whether for lunch or for dinner, which the menu is a little slightly different for those, but very similar, I think it's a really nice experience. The service is really good. Other dishes I can vouch for here include the ribs. I really like the ribs, and I'd like to come back and try the ramen too. I really love ramen, and anywhere I can get more ramen, the better. So I'd like to come back and try that another time. They have a different type of ramen out here than inside for dining, so that's something to note too. It's also really pretty at night when it's all lit up and when the symbols outside on the building are all lit up. Very pretty. But it's pretty during the day with all the light coming in. I really wanted to dine here during the day for lunch so we can have the beautiful bright sunlight coming in and the glass and the openness. It's beautiful, very light and airy in there, and I don't know, it just transports you, and it's, I think, a very nice dining experience. So overall, I'd say 2 thumbs up. And you can see the building is huge. And it's really cool. It's like industrial and modern. They also have the Forbidden Lounge sushi bar, which is a whole separate thing. I'd love to do that one day too. It's a gorgeous afternoon. I love the springs. They run through Disney Springs. It's all themed around it. But anyway, that's it for today. I hope you enjoyed dining at Morimoto Asia with me today. So again, it's just a restaurant that I've wanted to do a full dining video on for a while, because you know, I've been on this multi-year quest to dine everywhere at Disney Springs and have a video showing you the experience at all the different places to dine here, because there's a lot. And there's a lot of good options here, honestly. And some of the ones I've done, now that they're like 2 years ago or more, I feel like deserve an update. But some are kind of still the same, like it's the same experience, so they still hold up. But hey, I'd be willing to go again. But Morimoto, I hadn't done a proper like focus on the sit-down dining. I have shown Morimoto Asia street food many times. You can find those in my past Disney Springs videos. But I'm happy I did it. I'm happy it lived up. Probably my least favorite thing was the churro donuts. Like, they were fine, they were fresh and good, but they weren't like super cinnamony. I didn't love the sauce, and I could have gone without those. The sake tasting was good and unique. Not something I would probably do every time, but it was a fun thing to do and try, and it was fun to like go back and forth across the flavors and see the difference in the smell and taste in comparison to each other. But the bowl was phenomenal. I loved it. I loved the presentation. I loved the flavor. The taste was amazing. It was just so good. The sushi roll was good too. I'd love to try more, and I'd love to do the upstairs sushi dining experience and try more of those like delicious looking fresh fish up there. That looked incredible. And normally, you know, if I come here to dine and I'm not making a video, I usually don't get like appetizer or dessert, everything. But I'd like to show you the full experience. So for these, I do try to order like an appetizer, a main meal, a dessert, some kind of specialty drink, just to show you more options and, you know, try them myself so that I can give a more balanced assessment. Not that I'm trying to be a dining reviewer in these videos. I've mentioned before that what I'm trying to do is share the full dining experience. I'm more interested in the full experience, like the theming, the decor, the service, the taste of the food, the options, things like that. I want to bring you the whole experience so you can make up your own mind. Not a professional dining reviewer by any means, just a person that loves food. I guess I call myself a foodie, yeah. I love food, I love trying all sorts of different food, and I love theming. So I love to show you a cool themed restaurant. And I think Morimoto Asia fits the bill. So I hope you enjoyed having lunch with me, and if you haven't had lunch yet, have some now, or dinner, or breakfast, or coffee, tea, beer, whatever. But either way, thank you for hanging out with me today. So if you have a wonderful rest of your day, evening, whatever, I'm sending you a ton of love. I'll see you for the next video, and until then, as always, stay in touch. Bye!